What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. And can Juventus do the impossible today? A massive, massive mountain of a task ahead of them, overturning a 3-goal deficit at home to Galatasaray. We've got all the news on lineup. We've got all the news around the team heading into this one. I know the hopes are quite low and everything, but we still have to talk about what is up for grabs for Juventus in this matchup and why it is still massive and important down the stretch. And we've got headlines all over the place that we're ready to tackle, and I look forward to doing so with my boys Mas and Luca. Fellas, are you ready to take this one on today? Luca, you ready for this one?
No.
Well, what the fuck are you doing here then, brother? Come on.
Listen, I am ready. I don't know if I look forward to it though.
Oh yeah, you look forward to it. It's still going to be good times.
It's been a painful few weeks, guys. I'm just like at this point, I want to see what happens. I'm curious, but
he's defeated.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's pick it up here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pick it up here. I know that you're getting dumped with snow over there on the East Coast, and it's hard to pick up the spirits. But over here in God's country, it's still sunny days. So let's keep it rocking. Mas, you ready today or what?
Listen, ready or not, it's the day after an Inter elimination, so I am hyped. They lost to a team that hadn't played since friggin' November in their league. Yes. Okay, so
you see a beautiful work of art here, recreating that one. With these mutts. Oh my God. This one's pretty.
Yes.
Someone had to find the picture of that shoe.
I tell you.
Killing me.
There's some effort put into this one. Yeah. Some effort put into this one. But hey.
Can we talk about that dive for a second? How bad that dive was? How embarrassing.
First off, Bodo.
Well done.
Applaud them.
Thank you.
Preseason.
Some type of justice was given back. But what dive do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Bastoni doing it all over again with barely? He pushes the guy first, and then a little contact over here on the chest, and he's down like he's shot again. The mutt's at it again. But which dive you want to talk? You want to talk about Bastoni? It's hilarious. Or Barella, it's the same shit he always does.
Embarrassing.
It's all the same shit. Nothing's changed.
The Azzurri are not in good hands, fellas. I will tell you that. These guys are mutts. These guys are mutts. And you know what? It's all the same. It's all the same things that we've already said, highlighted, and whatever. And now it's like everybody's starting to catch up. You know, like you've been on a certain train, riding for years, saying these guys are favored in Italy. It's showing. It's disgusting. It keeps happening. And it's like, well, you go play in Europe where they act like, these aren't calls in other leagues other than Serie A. And guess what? They go away and you've turned into Olympic divers more than footballers. Congratulations. Clowns. Asshats. Hey, you got what's coming, and you got what was deserved. For us, hey, I tell you what, and I've been saying this forever, okay? That is a team that is well underway in terms of cycle, okay? They're at a peak moment of whatever cycle they're in, and they're not having as much to show for it as you would expect for like a dynasty. If they want to say that they're what we were during the decade of dominance, they aren't even close. They aren't even close. And for us right now, they want to throw it right back at us. Galatasaray, listen, we're in like turmoil because we've had so much turnover over how many years now consecutively, 4 seasons consecutively. You want to put yourselves up against us? That's your measurement? Give me a break. Give me a break. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You guys are asshats. You got what you deserved. I loved every second of it. Bravo, Bodo. Okay? Bravo, Bodo. And we start there. Now, and losing both legs. That's the part I love about it. That's the part I love about it.
Whoa.
In both legs. Oh.
We still have a game today.
Don't worry about it. Hey, I already told you. You can't put a team that's at this part of their cycle that's like, again, last year had nothing, absolutely sweet FA to show for it. Yeah. Don't put them with us, okay? Now, let's start with the news. We got McKennie renewed on a 4-year deal. 4.2 million is what's being rumored. Might be a little bit bonuses on there, or the bonuses might make up that extra bit, and there's some agent fees going in there. Any thoughts on that renewal? Mas, you good with the McKennie renewal? Those details?
Yeah, it's actually a little lower than I thought it was going to come in at. Again, you said there might be some bonuses in there, so I don't know exactly what the final total could be. But listen, I think he's shown that he's a valuable player under Spalletti. Spalletti's done some things for him to improve his game on the offensive side. So we're always harping on building depth on this team. I don't think ultimately he's going to be a starting 11 guy once we kind of figure out our shit in terms of roster. But to have a piece like that in terms of depth, listen, we've had guys like that, for a long, long time in terms of guys that are sort of able to do a lot of things. So you need players like that, and yeah, he's earned it, and good on him.
Yeah. And just for clarification to Gio here, not done, but the agreement is there according to all the top guys, even including Fabrizio Romano. It's just a matter of the final little details, but it's expected 4 years, 4 to 4.2 million. So it looks like it's going to be finalized. Luca, thoughts on the Mac renewal?
I got nothing to say. I'm happy about it. It's as Matt said, it's pretty affordable considering the numbers that are being thrown out. And yeah, I got no problems with it. Absolutely no issue. He's deserved that more than absolutely anybody.
Yeah, I think there's a couple other things at play when I think about this one. Now, some people were mentioning, I had a video that had just come out when we had a discussion about the core of this team. And I said I have core guys in mind, and it's Kalulu, Bremer, Locatelli, Yıldız, Thuram. Now, some people took that, okay, yeah, great, you can't sell everybody else. I'm saying that doesn't mean you sell everybody else. It means I'm willing to take offers on everybody else. But if you're trying to take this group from this team, it's got to be an insane deal. That's essentially what I'm saying. McKennie was thrown in by a lot of people, added to the core. So I don't think you can ultimately be upset about this renewal. It's at a salary of 4.2 million, which isn't going to affect a lot. Now, some are saying, why are you making these renewals when your Champions League is still in question? Because you have goodbyes coming and salaries leaving the books that are going to help you out tremendously. No matter what happens with Vlahović, it's going to be a drop. It's either the entire salary is gone or it's lowered significantly. You have Milik leaving, which is going to free up a bunch. You have Kostic leaving, which is going to free up a bunch. You have a lot of salary that's going. This 4.2 million on Big Mac isn't going to affect future business either. And the other factors are, this is arguably the highest value he's carried since being at Juventus, and we can't really afford to lose too many guys on freeze. And you have other deals that you have to look at, and Vlahović is one of them. And now we get to the next side of it, which is Vlahović is going to be offered a renewal by Juventus. They are going to try to extend his contract. Now, how do you feel about that one, Luca?
Oh, shit. I mean, I don't love it, to be frank. I'm personally just set. I'm done. I think we should move on from Dujan, but I think that's just more of an emotional response. I think if we look at it really black and white, I wouldn't say there's not many options out there. Like, I think in the summer there's a very good chance of getting maybe Kolomwani back, but I don't know. I feel like Dujan, it's been so much back and forth at this point. Personally, I don't see the need to try to extend. And I'm not saying he's not a good player or anything, but I don't know if he's necessarily what we need right now. I think we might just need something fresh and new. But like, if it happens and it's at a decent price, I won't be mad.
Well, you got Buddy that's on the other side right now twerking for us, and that's Osimhen coming out with, a lovely little blurb there about Juventus, one of the top clubs in the world, and 95% of players out there would love to play for Juventus because of its rich history and being the biggest club in Italy. I appreciate the twerking there, Buddy. I don't know if we can make that deal work, but, I mean, Dusan, the rumor is, doesn't stop your business and your approach for a guy like Kolo Muani. Dude, if Osimhen was a possibility, and you'd have to make some serious sales to pick up that one guy. That's why these guys, when you're looking Osimhen, you're looking Tonali, like you really need deals to hit. You really need top dollar in your sales to maximize that capital, to make that. That's where I kind of don't have faith that we've been notorious for not selling very strong, okay, and weaker figures. That's going to be a big thing. But like Vlahović, the salary, if it's significantly lowered, I mean, you might have to think about it. You might have to think about it. Otherwise, there's another asset that leaves you for nothing. No capital coming in. And that leaves you with 2 strikers to fill. If you want to get pure capital on a move, you have to sell David too. Guess what? How many strikers you need now? It's a tough spot. Mas, what do you think about the whole Vlahović situation? Some are saying I don't even care if he lowers it. I'm not looking at it at all. And I get those vibes, those feelings because of how it's been since he's come over. But when you break it down from a business aspect, it kind of feels like it's hard to take that stance right now, given all the needs of this roster, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm of two minds in this situation. I'm a bit torn. I agree. I think Trim mentioned it a few pods ago where he was like, at some point it comes to a point with a player where you both got to decide that it's time to kind of mutually part ways and kind of move on and go on to a new adventure kind of thing. But I said it before. I would like to see Vlahović on a solid run under Spalletti because we haven't seen that yet. So I think if you have a ready-made striker in-house that's even willing to bring down his salary demands, you have so many more positions on this team that need to be upgraded in terms of talent. So if you can make it work with him and then build from the back to the midfield to improve this team, I don't think that would be the worst thing. So again, I'm torn. Either way for me would be fine, but again, I'd like to see him have some games under Spalletti to see what he could do.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down to, could you make the move for Osimhen work? Because if all of a sudden you go into the next season with David and Osimhen, I'm fine with that. Pick up a young guy that's like a big body striker or even a different type of striker, but I'd be very happy with that. But if it's, Dusan renewed at a much lower salary, you're still approaching Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani's got details that are going to matter as well. I'm not like a for sure, go get Kolo Muani. I'm like, well, what's the deal? Because I'm not completely sold on him either. So then you have question marks because you have Vlahović carries question marks too, etc. But would we be doing better if Vlahović had been available through this period of time?
I mean,
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it wouldn't have hurt. I think there's games in there, there's moments in there where some of his traits would have come in quite handy and offered Spalletti a little bit of a change-up.
I mean, you were starting McKennie at striker in some games. You know what I mean? Like, you were starting Openda, who's, to me, not a striker at all.
It would have been better than Openda. We know that, right?
So if we're saying that, I mean, it shouldn't be the be-all, end-all if they end up finding a deal. But again, it's going to be very, 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 very difficult, I think, to land a number that Juve would accept to get him to accept.
The thing with Osimhen is, what's that going to do to the rest of your market? I mean, you got to figure he's going to be at least 60, 70 million coming in. So
it's too big.
Where are you making concessions on the rest of the roster that needs it so badly, right?
Yeah. You would need some big deals to hit. And then you get to like just other work that has to be done. You look at Palestra. Palestra has been linked with Juve for quite some time. Okay? Price tag of 40 million euros.
That one doesn't make sense.
Should Juve go in for Palestra at 40 million euros? In your opinion? Chat, should Juve go in on Palestra knowing the cost is 40 million?
Like 30 at most. I mean, what are we basing? Like, if Cambiaso was worth 60 or whatever when he was actually good, like, what are we talking about? Like, who comes up with these prices? I really need to have a conversation.
He's had a good season, though. Let's be honest.
He's had a great season.
I don't know if he's worth 40 million, but he's had a solid season.
I don't think it's worth 40 million.
Like, are we kidding me? Like, I've seen some. Oh, no. 40 is ridiculous.
40 is a big number for this kid right now. Like, he was 30 million when he played 200 minutes. It was like 200 minutes of play, and they were like 30 million. I'm like, if there's this price that they always hit, and I laugh because Gio made the comment on one of our daily update videos. He goes, "Berto, everybody's 40, even you're 40. You're 40 million," and that's the way they act. It's like none of it actually matters. It's just 40 million is like a baseline when Juve comes knocking, and it's garbage. But I'm not sold on this guy for 40 million.
What do we buy Bremer for? What was that final amount? I need a number.
40, at 42, 44.
See, like, that doesn't compute. It doesn't.
Yeah, like Bremer was like, okay, that should have been. I love that purchase price. I was like 44, whatever, all in for Bremer.
Right. You're telling me freaking 40 for a fullback who's had what?
Yeah, but you can't look at it that way because, I mean, what was that, 4 years ago?
But that's from Torino as well. That's from Turin. It's like we're buying from city rivals here.
Yeah.
And now we're not.
At the end of the day, there's a transfer price and then there's a Juve price, right? Teams know that teams aren't blind. They see our roster. They see how desperate we are. There's going to be a different price for us than there is for everybody else because they want to take advantage. It's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody.
I think part of the issue is that these deals are like, amortized, etc. And a lot of these teams that are coming from out of country, they're coming in buying immediately, and that's why some of the prices dip when those teams come paying, because they're paying up front. It's like it's done deal. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the issue as well, which isn't going to help you. But yeah, I don't know. You start looking at these names, and I actually would like us to pick up Palestra, but at 40 million, you got to look at some other alternatives because that's a big chunk of change. But then it comes down to sales and what you're going to do. In terms of Cambiaso, he wasn't included in my core list, and there's still rumors surfacing that he does still carry interest from English sides. The value is definitely going to take a hit. If the way he was playing before that came in was 60 to 65 million price tag, God, it's got to be halved by now, 30, 35 range. But that's why I'm thinking like Palestra has never even shown the heights that Cambiaso did. So if his price tag is 40, I'm sorry, Cambiaso's got to be at least at the same.
He's going to the Prem even more. Like,
yeah, easily. You push those teams. You push those teams for price tags. But if you're saying Palestra's with 40, even after this, like his highest of highs hasn't been to the highest of highs of Cambiaso.
Fully agree.
Guys, the Prem's got money, but they're not blind. They're looking, they're seeing the results. Cambiaso's nowhere near a $40 million player right now.
So who got to give him a little credit. Not seeing the results and not basically the ones that are blind here are basically us, because everybody else is overpricing and we're just like, we'll give you one of our key players for half the price.
But you're talking about Cambiaso that can actually operate on both sides versus a player that can only play one that's 40 million. So like the market also dictates that too, right? So it's not just Palestra, it's other outside players as well. If Cambiaso's being looked at by them, you look at all the targets and you figure out your price. Palestra for 40 million for us. I'm sorry, man. You might be sticking around. Cambiaso might be sticking around. He's on like a 2.4 million salary. It contracted till what, 2028 or 2029? I'm not in a hurry if we got to spend 40 million on Palestra. And I've said it for quite some time. The shittiest part about this whole situation is we can't get him over to the right side on this team. Because I'm telling you, he's better on that side.
Yeah.
He gets the ball on the left side. He wants to always open up to his left foot, but he's going against the sideline and he can't even do it. That's why he's forced back a million times over on that side. On the right side, he's got the capabilities of actually opening up to his left foot and being inverted and sliding in centrally. It's a different game for him. Yeah. The defensive duties, you're going to have issues on right or left side. So it doesn't really matter. But the left side's a disaster right now. But one of the bigger issues is you can't move him over to the right side on this team. Because McKennie has found rhythm with Spalletti playing off of that side as well. And we've got nobody to cover the left. The left is a disaster.
So bad.
And then you've got Palestra, who's a right-sided player for 40 million. That's one of your main targets.
Yeah, God.
I'm thinking we need to find a left-sided specialist. Like, left side's got to be top priority. So these are all things that this team has to sort out and they have to think about. In terms of goalkeeping, well, we got a list. Carnesecchi obviously tops that list. I've already said it. I don't want to spend a huge chunk of the budget at goalkeeper. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to improve it. You have to look to improve it. But you've got Carnesecchi. You've got Vicario. You've got David De Gea getting in there. Was he 35, I think? And you've got Caprile. What's the play for you? Carnesecchi's going to be like 50 mil, man.
He's the only one I would take because he's the only one that's an improvement. But yeah, the chunk of change is going to be large. So,
but listen, we don't need to find a starter per se. I mean, you need a backup to come in. I mean, Perrin's been useless this year. Let's be honest. If you can bring in a guy that can push Tigre and you can be confident in when you put him in, I think that would be the better play for me as opposed to, like you said, Bert, spending 50, 60 million on a brand new starter. That's the way I would approach it. Yeah, and De Gea, I wouldn't mind De Gea as a backup.
Which one would take a backup role? De Gea is the only one I could see doing it.
Well, no, I don't. I think he needs to be challenged, man, and pushed. Like, it's actually insane the level of drop off from Di Gregorio. I think people forget how clutch he was closing out last season, and the fact that he faced the most shots on goal of any keeper at the Club World Cup, and he was stellar in that tournament leading into this season. As time has gone on this season, he has been on a slow regression, but all of a sudden it's hit nightmare status. And this statistic was shocking. 24 matches Juve have conceded in, 18 of them on the first shot on goal.
That's terrible.
18 of the 24 matches we have conceded, the first shot on goal has gone in. That's not all Di Gregorio. You have Perrin in there as well, but that's a disaster of a stat, man.
Yeah.
So then when you start to talk about different scenarios from season to season, and I've said that, I still get different vibes around this season, and it doesn't feel like the same type of collapse because we had bounce back matches. But when something like that is happening over time, and again, you're on the crunch for points, etc., that goal in that last game against Como is so deflating that kills you and it makes you scared. And when you're playing with fear, Spalletti's game doesn't work worth a shit because you have to take those risks. You have to constantly look forward with the ball movement, etc., and play somewhat aggressively. But when you think practically anything is going to go in, guess what? You make more mistakes. That's a huge, huge mental monster that they're trying to battle right now because that's a disaster of a stat, boys.
I would look at it the other way, Bert, and say that they're not taking those chances because they're worried if it doesn't go their way, the ball's going to end up in the back of their net.
Well, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They're playing more reserved. They're not playing the way they were that stretch where, we saw free-flowing football and at the height of Spalletti's tenure so far. It's that we don't see that at all just because they're playing scared. You're right.
Yeah. Now we've got Baby Buffon, they call him already. I hate when media does this and everybody does that. But Dafada, obviously, Juve's going to look to extend, but they're not looking to pull him in immediately. The story around Dafada is that they're going to loan him out. They're going to look to loan him out in Serie A for next season. Out of the list there, I mean, naturally, I think you boys have already said you want Carnesecchi. But, I mean, for me, Vicario is a no.
No,
I'm open to Caprile coming in and creating some competition, at least pushing for that starting spot with Di Gregorio. De Gea is like, I'm seeing people straight up, no, absolutely not. And I'm seeing others like, I would take De Gea. For me, Vicario's a no. I'm a no on
the
Vicario.
Automatic no there is Vicario. Like, he's had no.
Hard. Yeah. I don't know why people would be so quick to say no to De Gea. I mean, he's got experience for one with big teams. He's played relatively well coming over to Italy.
Monster first season with Fiorentina. Exactly. I haven't really followed how it's gone since, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. And then there's talk about a backup. There's the Greek goalkeeper, Tsolakis, I believe is his last name, but they're all over the map right now for goalkeeper. And it's still going to come down to Di Gregorio and a deal for him. But I'm telling you right now, I'm open to Caprile coming in. I'm open to these guys. I'm even open to De Gea, I'll be quite honest. You have to create some type of competition right now because that's the thing. Perin hasn't even pushed the bar or given you an option where you're like, you know what? We'll start Perin. You can't even do that because in the matches he's come in, it's been just as bad. So
we still have another goalkeeper.
Pinsolio.
Just gonna say it. The legend is there if we need him.
Well,
isn't that something, eh? Pinsolio's probably like petrified right now because he's like, boys, he's doing one of these in the background. He's just like, when they're looking over the team sheet, he's like, no.
He's just like, yeah. Do I actually? He's like,
am I gonna have to go in?
Minutes?
He goes, guys, I like my gig here. He's like, please.
My
God!
I would start him in against Lecce or something. Like, what do we have to lose?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see what Juve has as far as plans go. And then speaking of plans, you get to mixed reports and mixed, information on this office. You're like literally days removed from Albanese coming out and saying nothing is certain with Juve and Spalletti. And these next two games could, decide his future. Let's just start right there. Do you believe today and Roma match at the weekend should decide the future of Spalletti?
I think the future is already decided based on the team unless the wheels completely come off. I think I mentioned in a previous pod, I don't think it's Juve determining whether they want to keep Spalletti. I think it's going to be Spalletti trying to figure out whether he wants to continue with us, to be perfectly honest.
Good point.
But listen, we haven't seen this level of improvement from a manager in a while. I get that it's not going as perfect as everybody hopes, but that run of play that we saw, we haven't seen that in a while. So there is something there, and it's plain as day that this team is not talented enough to be challenging for any sort of title at this point in terms of starting 11, in terms of depth. So again, he's an experienced coach that's won before. I'm willing to, again, I don't want to sign him now. Let's wait till the end of the year, try to figure it out. But give this guy some more talent and give this guy some more time in terms of full off season to kind of figure it out. And I think, Al, you said it too, like you need to build something at some point. You can't just go into, if you're trying to build experience and consistency, you can't have a new manager every season. It's just not, it's not going to work out.
I think it's tone deaf. I think it's completely tone deaf if Spalletti takes that type of heat for what's happened right now. I mean, we've talked about it. We've talked about the lack of depth. You talked about the fact you're using a failed 60 million midfielder as your left center back. You're talking about having only Gatti as a reserved center back right now on this team. And his play has been nowhere near what it was last season. It's been a disaster. You've got goalkeepers that let the first shot on goal in 18 of the 24 games you've conceded in. I mean, is that on Luciano? Like, I don't see it. I think it's a different story. People are using this narrative, though, to go back to Thiago fucking Motta. Like, those people need help because that guy was a fucking disaster, okay? But again, you take those previous guys and what they were doing, I've got faults with all of them. I never agreed with Allegri's ultimate stance that we have to surrender the ball to every fucking team we play. That's not a recipe for success or sustained success. And guess what? Your team gassed the fuck out immediately and we faded. I loved Allegri 1.0. That's not what we should strive for. And I always said that's not the best for that group of players, in my opinion. Then you get to Motta. Absolute shit show. Disaster. And then it faded into excuses all over the place. All they could do, you were drawing a ton of matches, but guess what? The players couldn't stand you. And if you don't have them on your side, you're as good as dead. It's only a matter of time. In comes Tudor. People are telling me Tudor should have never been fired. It was going great. If you're telling me 2 wins in 2 months of football is good and he's doing good, you're fucking wrong. That's not good enough for this group. In comes Spalletti. 1 defeat in 3 months. Why did the wheels come off the wagon? For me, depth and lack of options. And you could see it even while we were doing well in those 3 months. We're like, man, he's got like one lineup. And he was playing the guys. He was playing Kostic. He was playing all these other guys. He was making rotation. He was getting Openda. There was getting Vlahović in there. He was rotating everybody. And you still felt this team's got one actual starting 11 and it still has gaps in there because guys like Thuram haven't brought the level needed. Cambiaso has not been at the level needed. And when you have 111 and there's gaps in there, it just, what are we talking about? How can you fault this guy? I can't. You've got guys on the bench, Shigrova, nothing this year, and still talking about fitness in fucking March practically. No. Miretti started off strong this season. A skid of cameos. Coop Miners says it all. Openda, sweet fuck all.
Garbage.
Cabal, garbage. Kostic, nothing there. Perin can't even give you faith that you could switch a goalkeeper up. I'm telling you, it would be tone deaf, in my opinion, if Spalletti takes a brunt of heat for what's going on this year.
The biggest thing for me, I think, going through all those managers you just rattled off, what were we doing post games with Motta and with Tudor? We were analyzing things they did wrong, right? Formation, you weren't making changes early enough. You weren't giving these players a chance. The results that we're seeing now with Spalletti, I don't hear anybody saying, or very rarely saying, this is what he did wrong. Pundits alike, or basically analysts, they're saying this team just isn't good enough from a roster perspective. Spalletti's basically handcuffed on what he can do. Nobody's criticizing what he's doing on the pitch. He's doing everything he can. He identified a starting 11 when he came in. He stuck to that because he knew that's all he had. So for me, that's what gives me confidence. Like, the guy knows what he's doing. You just gotta build the team up. I mean, you gotta give him some players.
And a big part of that was, a big part of the successful run, etc., was Weston playing well out of position and bagging goals and stuff. And I mean, that's what we've come to rely on.
Yeah.
Is McKennie being like a top scorer for this team? If you're telling me this guy isn't handcuffed, I'm sorry. You're never going to be happy with a coach. You'll never be happy with a coach. So for me, he shouldn't be taking the blame. When you get a little bit more in depth, Kamoli is a part of these rumors. Number one, first, we got to add, it was followed up that the plan still remains to continue with Spalletti and that they are going to lock in on a multi-year contract. I have absolutely zero issues with it. I'll remind everybody, I didn't even want this guy. But I do not see him as an issue right now. I think he's actually done well for what he has. And I think other coaches, some of the names that are getting thrown out there, would actually do worse with this group than he has. And furthermore, this month of February has been a disaster. But if you look at the run of results, if you look at those results, there's a lot of situations in those games. And I said it on one of the shows, and Del Piero reiterated and said, look, you've got a game where you come in, you dominate for opportunities, you can't score. They smash back with one. And maybe it should have been stopped. Maybe not, but he's like, there's mistakes in there that allow you to go behind and you drop those points completely. But you gotta put these teams away. You have another game completely ruined by officiating, start to finish. Excuse? Doesn't matter. It was a shit show. It was an absolute shit show. Everybody could see it. The majority of our games, even when we're not getting results, they're actually playing really good football. Outside of like a draw against Monaco, they played fantastic in the defeat to Inter, even down a man. Galatasaray away, disaster. Disaster struck. And everybody on that pitch had to play a part. But he was makeshift again. Big makeshift. No striker whatsoever. You're relying on Cope Miners and McKennie to get a job done offensively. You had to take Cambiasso out. I wouldn't have, because that's how I felt about Cabal. Cabal goes and gets himself sent off. That's a shit show. That's on those boys. I'm sorry. You got a 2-1 lead going into the second half. You're substituting a player that's on a yellow. You fucking get 2 yellows in like 20 minutes. You're a fucking pro caliber player? Where did we fucking find you?
Streets of Colombia.
Madonna mia. Madonna mia. Yeah, it's safe to say for me, Spalletti's good. But Kamoli's entered into this, saying that he is in jeopardy, potentially. Do you believe Kamoli is in jeopardy? Do you believe he should be? Chat, do you believe Kamoli's in jeopardy? Do you believe he should be?
Yeah. I mean, there's more bad than there is good, I think, if we're looking at his resume with us. But I think what we have going on between him, Chiellini, and Spalletti is actually not bad. It seems like they're all getting along and they're all on the same page and on the same, same steps. So there is some good there in that sense. Do I love what they're doing with some of their moves? Not really. He's made some really, really stupid moves, and the stuff we're like being mentioned and rumored with is not really reassuring. So I don't know. That's a tough one. I guess we're gonna have to see after this with this transfer window that's coming up in the summer. But he's on thin ice, that's for sure. I don't think he's assured, especially considering the thin leash, the short ass leash that we gave to the guy before him. So yeah, that's my perspective
Mas,
on it.
What do you think? Do you think he's on thin ice? Should he be?
I think he's being evaluated just like everybody else is on the team from top to bottom at this point. The problem is we're so lacking in talent on the team that if you say, listen, let's give him one more summer, if he screws up that summer, how much is that going to set us back? I think he's going to live and die based on that Appenda deal, to be honest. I think everybody points to that one as his big sort of mistake. listen, we needed a striker in the winter transfer window. It didn't have to be a superstar, but we needed a body, and he wasn't able to pull that off. He took his sweet time doing it, just like he kind of babysat the Kolomoani deal in the summer. I think they're going to give him one more shot in the summer to see what he's able to do, and hopefully he can pull some rabbits out of a hat. But if he screws it up, listen, it's going to be a major problem for sure.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm looking at this thing, you can definitely see the shortcomings. I mean, I could understand why he's being evaluated like everybody else. You've missed priorities in both windows. And you've been stung on the priorities in both windows. You just needed a rental. You needed a fucking rental striker. I said, this big chase for Mateta and everything, and then it was like, nothing fucking comes out. I'm like, but just find somebody. Find somebody. Vlahović is out till like March, potentially April. Find somebody. The other thing is, you've got guys that aren't being able to help the team. Shigrova is one. You've got João Mario. Nobody knew existed. I laughed because nobody really got my joke on the last pod when Paulo's like, he's gone. I'm like, he's gone? Is he? You would never know the difference. You would never fucking know the difference. It's funny to me. He's got some strikes, but the thing is, he took his sweet time in getting the group together, the management group together. Yeah, now there is a management group together. So for me, I know that I'm probably in the minority based on what I'm seeing in the chat so far. I go into this summer not making yet another change there. Because if you are locking into Spalletti and you are going to do this one thing, and the message needs to go to that management group, you work with your coach. And we do not ignore priorities. There are no excuses.
That's a good point.
You just can't ignore priorities. Even if they're rentals, even if they're cheap deals, don't ignore priorities because you never know what might hit or what might work out, but you can't ignore them.
Yeah.
So if they're willing to do that, I'm fine with one more summer. But here's the thing that has to change for me that doesn't get enough light shone on it, and you need a proper fucking president. Because Ferraro ain't fucking it. He was a temp when he came in with Scanavino. He's still here. And the fact that you're talking about yet another hiring from Elkan being on thin ice, guess what? You go down with him. Find this team a proper fucking president that has vision, that understands the game, that can help build for the future. Because this is ridiculous. And again, I can't stress this enough. Because Kamoli, whatever you feel about him, he's in the same boat as the guy before him and the guy before him. And that's working so tightly and restricted. And these guys just put them in place and say, hey, this is what we have to do. And they keep telling us all the same thing about the FFP, which we are well aware of how that operates and how that works. I'm done playing lawyer for this team, playing accountant for this team. I want to be a fucking fan. Guess what? Get a proper president. Because what has this club done to boost revenue since the last board went down? And a lot of people out there still don't want Agnelli in, but guess what? The major big revenue push that came from this team was because of brainchilds from that man. Yep. What has happened since? Absolutely fuck all. Your costs have slightly increased, your revenue has stayed the same, and that's why you're under such a crunch year in, year out, where it's gotta be this, we gotta hit these results, and everybody's on the wire, and your players are feeling it, your management's feeling it, everybody's feeling this, and you're not doing anything but sitting there and sometimes sleeping in the fucking stands. You need a president that's legit. That has to happen no matter what happens with Kamoli, Otoli, any of these fucking guys. You need the proper president. Period. Elkan, go out and fucking find me one, okay?
I would love to know what Ferraro actually does, to be perfectly honest. I mean, can somebody come out and tell me what his tasks are on a daily basis?
Hand the jerseys out for appearances to the players at the stadium. Try to stay awake for that ceremony, and then go take your fucking seat up in the stands.
How long until Agnelli can come back? Like, what's his ban? Is it over?
Ban is over.
Over.
Okay. All right.
And by the way, everybody's like, oh, it's all quiet. It's all quiet. Well, there's an FFP thing coming up. Nothing will happen until that FFP thing comes into play. But I'm telling you right now, he's going to push for it. And things will pick up after that hits, which is expected to do probably at the end of the season when we get the FFP penalties. But nothing's going to happen with that guy and Juve when you're talking about an FFP penalty coming in. They'll never jeopardize, and he knows better too than to come in. But we'll see. There's lots of time for that. Chat, I owe you an apology because I never said what's up to you guys at the start of the show. We just dove into this thing, but what's up to the army out there? Drop a like, smash the subscribe button if you're new here, okay? I see some Galatasaray fans coming in here, okay, and already trying to go that they've got the one up because Juve's got to push for it, etc. Look, the office, all this, they'll sort it out. We got a game today, okay? Magic or misery? Can Juve do the impossible? Well, you start looking at this game, Galatasaray, man, they have lost just one of 7 meetings with Juve. After last week's win, they've equaled their biggest margin of victory in the Champions League. And it set them up for the first knockout since 2014. Dating back a few decades, though, Galatasaray have lost 71% of their Champions League away games. Recently, they have lost 9 and won just 1 of the last 13. Juve, that was just the second time that they have conceded 5 or more goals in any UEFA competition.
Damn.
It's the first since they shipped 7 against Wiener Sport Club in 58-59 European Cup. They'll need a historic performance to turn this tie around. 49 occasions when a team has lost the first leg of a Champions League contest by at least 3 goals, only 4 have reached the next round. We're one of those 4.
We are one.
Yeah, we are one of those 4.
Yeah, but with who?
A modest tally of 46 points currently. 4 behind the Champions League places. Worst at this stage of any campaign since 2011. Sunday's clash with 4th place Roma has a lot riding on it for both clubs. But again, you got to deal with this one first. I still say there's something to gain here, and we'll talk about it. But troubles in Italy. Galatasaray have never won in 13 away games against Italian teams in one of Europe's major competitions. 6 draws, 7 losses. Galatasaray, of course, they've lost 46 of 65 away games in this competition. Second highest percentage of defeats at 71% for any team with at least 50 games played away in this tournament. Behind only Olympiacos. It's going to be interesting. In all competitions, Galatasaray, strong form, 5 wins, 1 loss, last 6. Juve, big dip. We talked about it. 1 L in 3 months for Spalletti. In the last 6 games, 4 L's. 1 win, 1 draw going into this game. You do have Bremer in the squad list for today. They're getting Lamina back. Yeah. And Yıldız in the squad list as well. They were both being watched going into this one. We have projected lineups that we're going to take a look at. First, let's just enjoy this one the last time before we get into it. This absolute mutt.
Love it.
Can't believe that's a star player for our national team.
Galatasaray. A few changes. With Lamina coming back, Sara, who actually still did damage in the first leg, now gets to advance a little bit more. Everything the same. Çakır in goal. Bowie's going to actually start this match. Well, according to the projection. Sanchez, Bardachki, Jacobs, Lamina, Torreira, Yilmaz, who was a nightmare in the first leg, is out there. Noah Lang bagged a couple goals. Pretty opportune. Sara, who scored the first one. And then Osimhen, who was creating problems while not getting on the sheet, creating havoc. So you're going to have a strong Galatasaray side. Absolutely. And I think they're going to play to kill. I don't think they're going to go in there try and protect. I think they'll wait for openings and hit back. For Juve, 4-3-3 on deck. Di Gregorio, Kalulu. The rumor is Bremer's going to be starting from the bench. Gatti, Kelly. McKennie covering for both suspensions on Cambiaso and Cabal. Co-miners, Locatelli, Thuram. Conceição, David, Yıldız. All right. What do you think? How do you feel going into this one, lads? Sikoko wasted no time. We are done for. Bremer out, tears.
Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt, it's going to take a lot, but it's not out of the realm of possibility for Juve to score 3 goals, to be honest. I just don't think we can keep any goals out. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Especially if our starting center backs are Kelly and Gatti. I saw Gatti in there and I cringed, to be perfectly honest. But listen, on paper, that lineup's not bad, but in terms of form right now, it's not looking good, guys. You're going to need a miraculous performance.
I'll tell you right now, the big one is Bremer for so much, because even when you push forward, you have the confidence of pushing that line ahead.
Yeah.
The fact that you're going to have Kelly and Gatti try to hold that line or push that line forward, it's not a confident situation. I don't completely disagree with the players that are making up for the gaps, okay? But what I would do is stylistic, I would change things, because I'd look to play a 2-striker set in some way. And I would look to play a 10, almost like a 4-3-1-2. And I would look to hold Locatelli back, almost like a third center back. And try to make sure that Gatti is in fucking check, that he's not pushing the play forward and getting caught all the damn time. He has to pick and choose like Kalulu does. Having Kalulu in there will help. But I would look to make that slight shift. If you're going to play Chico and Yıldız in this game, they can't be just glued to sidelines. Like, you have to give them freedom. They have to play close to Jonathan David, because nobody's really realized it, and this has kept happening. But David, he gets attacked for the way he plays, but he's trying to give them options. If they're glued to the sidelines, guess where he's getting sucked away from? The area. So yeah, he's going to go out there. That means your mids need to fill in the gap there and be options in the area. Otherwise, when he's not available, that means he's standing in the area and these guys still can't get the ball to him. So you have to make a decision. You either narrow it up with those players, or you fucking deal with it. If you want them stuck out the sideline, your striker's going to go out there, because David's the kind of guy that wants to help the build up and get guys involved. So figure it out. For me, that's why I look to play Yıldız centrally in that 10 spot, and I'd look at a 2-striker set. I know that Openda doesn't give you much faith. I get it. But I just don't know. I want Chico out there as well. And maybe Chico is the guy with his tenacity that plays in behind. And you keep Yıldız right up there with David. But I'm telling you, if we keep with this long width play with those guys, I don't think it's going to happen. I think we can get goals. I'm with Mas. I don't know if we can keep him out with this lineup. I really, really don't. It's here's the thing, though. There was a lot of talk about, man, I'd save some guys for Roma. Not me.
Nope.
Ooh. I mean, my only thing here is that I'm glad Bremer's not starting, because I would have, even if he was fit, I would have saved him 100%, because I have less faith in us scoring that many goals, and the odds of him getting hurt even more before Roma are just higher. So like, our odds aren't great today. And personally, I would have maybe not Yıldız, because I don't know how the extent of his injury, but someone like Bremer, I'm resting him for Saturday or the weekend. Sorry.
There's still a lot to gain in this game, even if you don't go through. Like, you have to win the day. You have to win the day to set the tone for what's to come with the big game against Roma, and said they still have a lot to play for. And I'll be quite honest, from what I saw from Galatasaray with a makeshift Juventus, they're suspect at the back. I can't stress this enough. Is it out of the question for Juventus to score 2 goals in the first half of this game? Absolutely not. It's absolutely not out of the question that we bag 2 in this game, in the first half. All of a sudden, if you're telling me that doesn't bring new life to this whole fixture, it's not that insane. It feels like it because of the form we're in. But again, if you're looking at the record and you're not really following the games and the situations around those matches and how they played out, I don't think it's that out of the question. The concern is the 15 goals conceded in 5 games. We all have that concern. But if I'm talking offensively, even with that going down, a lot of makeshift, a lot of changes that had to happen for whatever circumstances. If you hit 2 in the first half, anything can happen. Anything can happen. And you still, for me, have to go after this thing and win the day. From Wednesday to Sunday, deal with your physicality, deal with the conditioning, you deal with that. I always say, you make that up in the days in between, whatever you have to do.
Yeah.
But for me, fight. So we're going to get to predictions. And predictions, I might change it up. I might not say that it's necessarily a prediction. This is just what I want. I want this team to make it interesting. Make this 2-leg draw interesting. Okay? 2-0. And 2-0, and anything can happen. So all I'm going to say is get 2 goals today. Get 2 goals, and anything can happen, because then pressure will pick up on those guys as well. If you bag 2. Get 2 goals. Get 2 goals. Mas, do you have a prediction?
Yeah, I'm with you with the 2 goals. I think we'll get the 2, but I also think we're going to concede. So I think we're going to win the game 2-1, but unfortunately go crashing out of the CL again.
Luca, what do you think for prediction?
Pretty similar. I'm just going higher scoreline. I think we're going to win 3-2.
You think it's going to be 3-2, 5 goals in this one? I mean, it could easily be. Yeah. I have a feeling we'll get 3 goals. I just have a feeling we're conceding at least 1. I think it's going to be 3-1.
Which would be a heartbreaker. I mean,
that would be heartbreaking to get those 3 goals and then go down. By the way, for those asking,
it would be so us, though.
For sure.
Yeah, Portuguese official. João Pedro Pinheiro. 190 appearances in Liga Portugal with 4.9 yellows per game, 44 reds, 69 PKs. In Champions League, he's only officiated 20 matches, 3.8 yellows per game, 3 reds, and 1 PK. There you go. There you go. I'm trying to see if we've got him in the past little bit. It doesn't look like it.
Mas, what minute do you think we concede that last like nail in the coffin kind of goal? You think
like
it's
80,
the beginning
89th, 89th probably?
Oh, look at something. Look at this.
PK.
Paulo says
PK,
fuck it,
right?
4-0.
Oh, geez. What are you smoking this morning,
This
Paulo?
would be a heartbreaker here. 4-2. Ooh. Concede early, concede late. Gio says 3-1. Kind of same as me. 4-0. Epic win. Ooh. I'm telling you, man.
Not with that lineup. Not with this lineup.
Let's go. Let's go. But a massive remontada. But I still say there's a lot to gain for Juve. Win the day. Win the day. On that note, we have some, before we get into Storm the Barn, everybody, we got Rank in the Masses with Mas today. Take it away, brother. Let's go.
Yeah, speaking of comebacks, guys. So
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh, yeah. My bad.
I didn't get that joke.
I mean, there was... I won't say it. I won't say it on air. No, it's not nice. There's kids that watch it.
Let's leave that one in the chat. Why don't we? So listen, guys, we just talked about it. We need a monumental performance today. We may need an all-time performance today, one the likes of us fans haven't seen either in a long time, if not, ever. So today I want to remind you guys of some of the greatest remontadas we've ever seen from this team. So today we are counting down the top 5 greatest comebacks in Juventus history. I want to keep it relevant for you guys. So here we go. Number 5, March 7th, 2018 Champions League round of 16. Juve 2, Tottenham 1. So why was this one so special? So after a 2-2 tie in the first leg in Italy and really being outplayed for large portions of that game, Juve and Allegri really showed their tactical experience, and resilience, and they took it to Tottenham and they won 2-1 at Wembley to advance to the next round. So 64th minute, it really only took 3 minutes between Higuain and Dybala to take the lead. Higuain, the goal was a nice volley. Dybala, beautiful goal, top bins banger. I was watching these highlights last night. End of the day, this comeback wasn't really about dominance. It was a pure Allegri masterclass in terms of absorbing pressure and really just burying your chances when you got them, right? Up until the 60th minute, like I said, Juve was dominated in that game. And then, we turned it around. And this was also the game, for those of you that remember, this is the game that Chiellini famously quoted after the game. It is the history of Tottenham, is what he said, which is not a lie to this day.
The history of the Tottenham.
It's the best meme ever.
Yeah. Okay, number 4, January 9th, 2022, Serie A, Juventus 4, Roma 3. So why was this one so special?
Lord De Sciglio.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I had forgotten that he scored that goal, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, what a goal, too. My God.
I even put here De Sciglio of all people, or of all players. But so why is this one so special? After trailing 3-1 in the 53rd minute, goals from Locatelli, Kulusevski, and again, De Sciglio. We even saw a late penalty save from Szczesny off of a classic Delict second yellow card handball, which he was, known to do, obviously. Listen, this one didn't have the aura of a European, matchup, but it was still an important win. It didn't lead to a title, but we did end up finishing 4th that year, and it helped stabilize our Champions League qualifications push. And it really reminded, everyone that Juve still. It reminded us of the Juve of old, let's just say, right? And then that year, that was the closest you're going to get to a statement win. So that's what I got there, ranked at number 4. Number 3, April 28th, 2018, Derby d'Italia, Juve 3, Inter Milan 2. So why was this one so special? So Juve were clinging to a tiny lead over Napoli at that point in the Scudetto race. If they would have lost, it would have been a big blow to their title hopes. So game started with Douglas Costa goal in the 13th minute. Red card to Inter in the 18th minute. But despite being at 10 men, Inter fought back in the second half. 2 goals from them. One was an Icardi goal, and another was a Barzagli own goal. Then in the 87th minute, an Inter own goal tied it up for us. And then in the 89th minute, we all remember Gonzalo Higuain banger, and Juve ultimately take the win and ultimately take the title, where I believe Inter finished, 8th that year at 66 points, just to kind of rub salt in the wound. To me personally, I think this is one of Allegri's most defining wins as a Juve manager. And then, really one of our last sort of dominant performances before our dynasty started to sort of fade away. So that one I'll obviously never forget, a big one. Number 2, April 11th, 2018, Champions League quarterfinals, Juve 3, Real Madrid 1. Caveat being here, we didn't actually win this game, but I had to put it in here because it was such an effort to make the comeback that it deserved to be mentioned. So again, why was this one so special? 3-0 loss at home in the first leg in Italy. Nobody believed at all that we had a chance to come back in the second leg at the Bernabeu to come back in this matchup, especially because, this was a Madrid that, on paper was a massive team, Ronaldo-led, stars all over the place. Listen, that's just what we did. We did come back. 2 goals from Mandzukic in the second and the 37th minute, and then an unlikely goal from Matuidi in the 60th minute. And just like that, we were tied on aggregate. I refuse to discuss what happened after that. I have before. I'm not going to do it again. all I have to say once again, 2 words, Michael Oliver. So, listen, end of the day, I know we were eliminated in this game, but I still maintain this is one of the bravest European performances that Juve's ever put in their club history. It showed a resilience and a pride for that logo that it's rarely been seen since, right? So, crazy game.
Yep.
And then number 1, March 12th, 2019. I think we all know which one this one's going to be. We've already mentioned it here in the pod, but Champions League round of 16, Juve 3, Atletico Madrid 0. So why was this one so special? Again, losing at home. We lost away at Madrid 2-0. Listen, we were mocked. Simeone mocked us. The fans mocked us. Ronaldo's washed up. You guys are going out. Yada, yada, yada. You know how it went. So what followed to me was the greatest comeback in Juventus history. So Cristiano basically stole the show, obviously. 2 header goals, one in the 27th minute off of a Bernardeschi cross, another header at the 49th minute off of a Cancelo cross. And then, listen, a magic penalty in the 86th minute to complete the comeback and secure Juve's comeback and Juve's progression into the next round. Listen, end of the day, the celebration, the crotch chop, the fan reactions, the sound in the stadium, the entire game was
it was unreal, man.
It was pure bliss. That's the word I used.
Hands down the best.
Dude, listen, probably Berna's like the one standout performance he ever had for Juve.
Yeah.
He had a good one. He had a good one against Bayern, I think, too. But I think this one was.
This was it. This was like he got us the penalty. He got an assist. Like he was everywhere.
Yeah, just that one Berna showing was just ridiculous. It was awesome, man. Awesome. Listen, this might be the first one where I'm like in tune with the exact 5 in the same order too.
And it's crazy how it's only like the last couple years too. Like your furthest back was what, 2018? Like yeah, that's crazy.
You have good ones back in the day too and stuff, but of course you keep it recent. Yeah.
It's more I feel like more recent modern football has these comeback. Like you go way back, like defenses were more shirt up. I find like you didn't have the same.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Lips. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, but
nice little recap here, Mas.
Watching the highlights from that the number 1 there, the Ronaldo, still gives me chills. I mean, it was something special for sure. But so recapping. So top 5, let me come back here. Top 5 greatest comebacks in Juventus history. Number 5, Champions League round of 16, Juve Tottenham, or Juve won 2-1. Number 4, Juve Roma 4-3 Juve win. That was in January of 2022. Number 3, April 28th, 2018, Derby d'Italia, Juve 3, Inter Milan 2. Number 2, 2018 Champions League quarterfinals, Juve 3, Real Madrid 1. Michael Oliver, unfortunately. And then number 1, the Ronaldo comeback special, 3-0, 2019 Champions League round of 16, Juve 3, Atletico Madrid 0.
There you go. Great stuff today, Mas. Loved it. And for MSO 93828, who is playing left back? It is being rumored that it's McKennie. Weston McKennie playing left back. Okay? Now, let's keep it moving. We got Frenchie with us. Frenchie likes the feet. So, Luca like the feet. We are ready to rock.
Have we even found an actual name for this segment yet, or we just
Luca like the feet? Yeah.
And you know what we need to do? We need to put in some like French music to go along with it.
Yeah, actually, we do need something a little more French. We'll figure it out.
French music.
Listen,
that's a good one.
If you've been following along, it's actually incredible. Okay, you see these content creators, whatever. Oh, name this player from just the eyes, just the hair, just what. This freak show could do it by his feet. Okay, it's unbelievable. I love you, but it's fucked up. So, anyways, he's 11. He's 11 for 12 right now. Yeah. Okay, 11 for 12, and even that one error was like he was kind of right there. We didn't give it to him. Some said a little harsh, but let's see what we got here. Okay, and last time he even detected Skanga's feet.
Oh God, I forgot about that moment. Oh man,
beast, jeez. Okay,
good time.
We got fans in the chat.
Here's
too,
boots number one. So Luca's like insane. He'll actually identify the boots and then get to the players he believes. But this is number one.
Oh, okay. So these are Mercurial Superflies. Should be, I think, the 7th or 8th generation. This is probably going to be Douglas Costa.
It's fucking insanity, man. It's a fucking insanity. What the fuck? Hey, crazy. Shout out to the chat because Don Vittino got it. And so did Altman and Fennec there. Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Look.
Nice.
Quite a few. Lovely stuff. Okay. Number
Crazy,
2.
Lads. Oh, come on. That's too easy. Okay. The model, I'm pretty sure it's the Puma. So Puma had like this weird run of form where they had weird names. Like this is the Puma 1. But there was a point where it's called the Puma 1-1. So weird. But this is Buffon. Like, this is an easy one.
Okay. And even some in the chat getting it. Some were saying Chesney. Okay, but you guys are getting good too out there. Holy,
yeah, should I hold off until like the chat gets some guesses in, Bert?
Man, they're rocking it. No, you just keep doing your thing.
Now, this one could be a bit of a mixed bag. I kind of know what it is, but I don't want to guess too quickly. So this is the Puma Evo Speed.
Sure.
I don't know which generation. I think it's 1.3 or something. Yeah, anyways. I'm going to say Lichtsteiner. That's the closest and probably the most probable. Unless it's Curado. Oh, no, there we go. So.
Okay. I got to get you with this one. I got to get you guys with this one.
Oh, God damn. Who wore the Tiempo? Okay, so this is a Nike Tiempo Legend 8. I actually wore these for a while. That color, their thin legs. God damn, who wore these? Shit. Can you tell me the year at least?
Well, we had those gold because you could see the gold on the socks. It was the tire tread pattern. It looked like it was like the gold highlights with the ugly tread mark stripes.
Oh, yeah, this is a toughie. I'll give you that. The only person who went into Barzagli retired, so it wasn't him. Can't be De Chilio, no.
You're at the right spot of the field, I'll tell you that.
Oh, Demirel.
Wow.
Boom, baby.
Wow.
I forgot about him. Oh, I forgot about Demirel. God damn it.
Unbelievable, man. I was like, there's no way he's going to remember Demirel. Like, just a forgotten man.
I did forget about him, and I'm like, center backs. I'm like, it's not De Ligt. I'm like, I forgot about the Turkish wonder.
Wow. Well dude.
Well done.
A perfect round. Okay, now taking your record to 15 out of 16. That is insanity.
I told him we gotta monetize this somehow. Like, we gotta make some money off this.
I think there's like an OnlyFans or something you could do for feet guys like this. I don't know. There's something you got to do. I don't know.
That might go another way though.
Yeah, that might go another way.
Yeah, that might go another way.
I don't think you're making any money off Skanga's feet from what we saw last episode.
Let's keep it. Okay. Let's keep it classy.
That's insane. 15 for 16 now. The record. Insane. And shout out, props to the chat getting a couple on the early ones. Hey, you guys are know your shit when it comes to the boots too. That's wild. Great stuff. Great stuff. We've got time for some Storm the Barn, everybody, before we rock it. I saw Andrew Juve 6472 ask if the kit giveaway is done. No, it isn't done. Okay. So for our subscribers, okay, our members in Legend status, this is what's up for grab this month. 15, 16, and it's got Il Principino on the back. Okay.
Love that kit.
And then for everybody, all our subscribers, Palace. Okay.
Palace. It's just like
Dybala on the back. This is up for grabs. It pays to subscribe, everybody. We're showing the love. Congrats to all our recent winners as well. So guys, smash that subscribe button, okay? And if you're tuning in on other social platforms, get over to YouTube, hit subscribe, okay? And a big game today. There will unfortunately not be a watch along. Work has just been insane for me. Cannot get it. I would love to bring the call and just see. Maybe we get some magic today. Maybe we get some misery. Or maybe we could still leave heads high and go in and push against Roma at the weekend. One way or another, it's ride or die. It's fino alla fine, Forza Juve. But let's get to some Storm the Barn.
Highlight the last
Inter
comment from
lose
Andrew.
to Boda? Norway. Nice, Adam. Nice.
Nah,
nice.
That's terrible.
Easy, Luca. Come on.
It wasn't card worthy, but it was pretty bad.
Good that Inter is out because watching them is unbearable. You know what? Not bad. Pretty
good.
That's pretty good. That's not bad at all.
What have we done? Like, what have we started, guys? Is it like dad joke hour?
Hey man,
like,
I love it. I love it.
Just jokes for dad jokes, you know.
You're not a dad. Good. You're not a dad, bro. Wait till you get there. I
didn't make the jokes. I don't want them.
Yeah, you'll
wait.
Want it. You just wait.
You'll want it.
The last time Juve lost home and away in a knockout Champions League game was under Conte against Bayern. Will it happen again tonight? I actually still believe Juve wins the game today.
Yeah.
So I don't think that we'll see that. I'm still going to pick them for a win because, I mean, I'm always going to be more optimistic. I think McKennie can do the job at the left back. We're not going to lose a whole bunch there. Will we lose a lot of his impact and influence up top? I think he could still do some damage even from that left back position. So it's more about getting the other guys together in the attack. David, Yıldız, Chico. Get them closer together. So let's see.
You mentioned Yıldız. He's got to have a game, man. He's in a bit of a slump. He needs to come out and have his best game of the season for any chance.
But I feel like it drives me nuts, but I feel like he needs to simplify. He's trying to do too much. So it's like you've got 0 goals, 0 assists in like 7 matches, and I feel like he's thinking about it too much. Don't think about it so much. And that's my biggest thing for Juve going into this game. This is my one request. Scrap what the fuck has been happening in February. Play this game without fear. Like, just be free. You already have nothing to lose. You're already 3 goals down in this fixture. Just fucking go. It's 0-0. Don't be scared. You're at home. This crowd needs to fuel the fuck out of them, but urge them on. Don't get quick to the jeers. Don't have a little bit of patience, but urge them on. And just fight for it. Create some havoc. But he needs to simplify Yıldız. And I also think Spalletti needs to let him know to get closer to these other guys. Even Chico. The ball's over on the left side with Yıldız. Go over. You don't need to. You're not going to cover fuck all at the back post. You're not going to get to an aerial. Whatever. Move over there. Kalulu can join the rush and get to the back post. So I just want to see them play without fear and just attack. But Yıldız should be slotted more central for me. Osimhen keeps playing with our hearts in these interviews, man. About Juve, about Spalletti. I'd do anything to have him at Juve. Just imagine, under Spalletti too. It would be amazing. Be amazing to land Osimhen in the summer, but not going to hold my breath.
We talked about it, though, but jeez.
What do you think a good left-back signing could be for us with Kostic leaving, Cabal being out of plan, and even Cambiasso being very inconsistent? I mean, I want to wait and see what kind of options actually pop up, because right now a lot of our options are going on the right side, and it's like we got to stop ignoring the left side. I'm telling you, I'd prefer Cambiasso becoming a player on the right side if he's going to stick around, and our plan is to stick around. But right now, for left-sided targets, I need to hear more names. I need to hear more names personally. It was a huge mistake to let Szczesny go. He would be a great mentor for Digre. Perin is ass, not a mentor. I mean, I don't think Szczesny really wanted to. He was on a big salary too. That was one of the big reasons why we were making cuts, was to lower the wages while we were cutting away at that debt, right? It all plays into what we were talking about before. When you're talking about not boosting your revenue, having to cut debt, and expenses. So we did a big amount of cutting expenses when it came to wages and roster, and that's what was affecting the roster too. That's why so many young guys were hitting the scene, and why Next Gen actually saved us, because it would have been worse, because those players were ready to actually at least do a job for us. Because but Szczesny, I always thought Szczesny was a great back to Buffon, and he would never fill Buffon's shoes, but he was solid. He had his moments, he had his errors, but he was solid. But at the end, fuck, man, you'd have to ask the question if you're looking to cut salary and you have a goalkeeper that's that high on salary at that time.
It was salary because we let him. It was a contract termination, right? It was mutually agreed. Like he said, he's like for the team, he's like, I owe this club, and he personally like left.
Yeah, it was a huge move from him. But it was just like, where are you gonna cut the funds, and that was one of the spots. You know, you figured you could get guys coming in that could do a job that would cost you a hell of a lot less. But yeah,
he wasn't seen as a Thiago Motta keeper in terms of being able to play with his feet, which Tigre was supposed to be. But
fair point.
Till now, I haven't seen it. So
I will always die on this hill. I don't give a fuck about ball playing shit, especially when you're goalkeeper. It's like you have one first job, etc. But it was the money. It was fucking the money, 100%. If they want to make people believe it's about this playing with the feet thing, then that's just fucking garbage. But
ask Donnarumma how he likes playing with his feet right now. Single-handedly going to win friggin'
he doesn't like a defeat.
Does not like a defeat. Donnarumma does not like a defeat.
Spalletti has made a bunch of bench players play beautiful football on multiple occasions against strong opposition too. I'd sell every guy in our squad before sacking a coach again. Yeah, I mean, he's done a lot more than any of the previous guys in terms of how we play, and with a bunch of guys that it cannot be done. The problem is he can't sustain it, because even one change to that 111 and you see a drop, right? And the amount that he's had to go to that 1A lineup through this schedule, they're getting gassed, and now you see key guys making mistakes too that they weren't making before. And I feel like when you're listening to Spalletti as of late, he's on point with everything he says, because he's like, I know my players. I know that the mistakes that they're making are mistakes they don't make, but right now they are, and they need to snap out of it. And he's totally in tune and aware. I feel like he's got his fingers on the pulse of this team. For me, he's not an issue. It's definitely the depth, lack thereof.
Yep.
A free agent nobody is talking about for the summer is David Alaba. I think he would be massive for the dressing room, captaining both Bayern and Austria. He can't be a downgrade on Cabal. He definitely wouldn't be a downgrade on Cabal. But he's another guy with physical issues.
Yeah, like his
if I'm not mistaken, right?
Fragile, very fragile.
But on a free agent, you could take a flyer on that as another one of free agents. We're gonna have a lot of free agents, but the thing is that salary, right? Like, what are you dumping into? But I mean, yeah,
like between him and Rudiger are both leaving Madrid on a free. And
I want Rudiger personally.
But they're both injury prone and both expensive. So
when I threw Bremer on my core list, everybody's like, well, he's not even on my core list anymore because of the injuries. But that's why you bring in a guy like Rudiger, and they can split the workload. They don't have to work together, but my God, that's a nice little change up. And the odd game they can play together, and I think you got yourself a brick wall there if you had Rudiger and Bremer playing at the same time. But for me, I'd look at Rudiger. I really would. Rudiger, Senesi on freeze. A move we didn't talk about that was in the news. Chat, I want to hear you guys weighing in, but Muramovic, Inter, in the lead to land this player. We have 50% sell-on clause. Would make the purchase somewhere around 12 to 15 million euros. Should we let him go to Inter?
Hell no. That's a stupid move if it happens. Like, we are just ridiculously. Like, that to me would be a massive knock on our management if that happened. Like, are we kidding me?
I think it's stupid to let him go there. There's no shot I let him go to Inter. No shot.
And especially if we're gonna ask such little amount. Like, are we kidding? Like, if it's Inter, give him 50 million. Done. But we don't decide that, obviously.
Well, we don't decide that. We just get the 50% sell-on clause, right? Mas, what do you think?
I would say no, just to spite him, to be honest. But financially, it doesn't make much sense. He's a guy that can come in and actually do a job for us. So, at a position that we're desperate for,
man,
right?
Like, you push for Senesi, Rudiger on freeze, in my opinion. You go for those 2 freebies. And him at 15 million, 12 to 15 million.
Yeah.
Make that move. But if he, would rather go there than go with us, then fuck him. See you later. But if it's up to Juve and Juve can intervene and he's fine going to either one of those clubs, which we're waiting for the scenario, then I'm bringing him in. Because, I'm ready to say goodbye, Gatti. I believe you could sell Kelly if you're bringing in Rudiger, Senesi on freeze. Because Kelly would be massive capital if we can get that money. And again, when the game gets quick, I've seen enough that the same mistakes creep up. Slow games, Serie A, he's not a problem. But overall, I think you're getting a lot of capital on a bench player at best when you get things right. But I would look for Senesi, I would look for Rudiger on freeze, and I think Muraremovic would be a nice little piece that can work from, if he's looking for starting minutes, he ain't probably going to get him, right? But if he can work from a rotational side to build up, would be great for us. But let's see. Oh, man, Adam's coming in with a joke. What is Luca's favorite chocolate? Toblerone.
In all fairness, it is an elite chocolate. Say what you want. It's an elite chocolate.
That's probably his best one ever, man. Holy 100%. Shit.
I'll even applaud that one.
After you called him terrible for the Bono one, he just fucking schooled it. That was beauty, man.
I will give you that one.
Toblerone. That's gold.
He's got to pull a Costanza right now and just never do them again because that's
holy
pretty much
man. That's good. That's good.
Leave on a high, buddy. Leave on a high.
That's it. Yeah.
Little bit of trivia. What's the latest hat trick from a player from the Juventus men's side? Was it not CR?
Or CR, one of the two.
CR had the last hattie, did he not?
Yeah,
Vlahović hasn't gotten one, has he?
No. If I was a betting man, it would be CR.
Chiesa never got a hattie.
No. If it ain't CR, it's Dybala, that's for sure. Right?
I think it's CR.
Does he have the answer? You ask us the question. But...
We need the answer.
He just dangles it
Oh, Milik. It was Milik in that Copa.
Fuck right off.
Milik.
No, I don't
show this to Skanga. He's going to have a coronary.
This will be just as much of a battle for the fans as the players. We need crazy atmosphere tonight. 1,000%. 1,000%. Does D. Gray get the start today? I'm sick of him right now. I don't think you're going to put Pedin's been just the same. Just the same. And Pizzolio's hiding right now while all this is going on. He's like, guys, no.
We're gonna get a news report 5 minutes before the game. Pizzolio out with flu.
Muscle strain.
Su cazzo freddo. A canna rozza, me dole. I can't play.
Oh, jeez. That's awesome.
He's gonna make up so much shit. Oh god.
Do you think re-signing Pogba is a good idea? No.
I mean, your username, your handle says Pogba in it, so I'll be gentle here when I'm saying.
You're trolling.
No. That's not happening, bro.
The guy's not even playing.
I'll be gentle here when I say fuck. No.
Yeah. The guy's not even playing. Where's he at right now? Ajax? Monaco?
Dude, Paul Pogba is like a Luca. That fucking killed me. He's a streets will never forget. They'll never forget Pogba at Juve first stint. That's essentially what he is, man. He's a fucking beauty, man. He's a fucking beauty. That was incredible, man. Outcast from Man U, a freebie. But think about the titles of this guy. Just with Juve alone, man. He's one of the best midfielders we've seen play for Juve. Best incoming transfer, worst incoming transfer, best sale Juve ever made. It's he holds all these titles.
So many titles.
It just what a roller coaster of a career. But man, I feel towards the I always wonder what if he didn't want to go back and his will was to just stay. I'd have to feel it would have been better for him overall. I mean, he still went on. He still won some trophies with Man U. He won the World Cup, for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a good career, but I mean, I think it could have been so much more. There was so much more there for him with his potential, like the talent. It wasn't even potential, man. He was just so talented. Ah, man. Pogba 1.0, streets will never forget. Never forget that.
Adam's saying that was Pogba's burner account. He wants back in.
Pogba wants back in. That's a burner. Paul,
yeah,
come on the show. We'll talk about it.
It would have been nicer if that was the case.
Why Italian clubs are struggling in Champions League?
Oh, God damn it.
Because they can't pass the ball. Look at this. Everybody's got jokes now. Yeah, because they can't pass the ball. Listen, we do have to talk about a couple issues. I have some questions I want to ask you on some things that come up. Number one, it's clear to see that the Italian teams are behind in Champions League and stuff. I've attributed this, and I've spoken about it after our first defeat there in Istanbul. The game in Italy is far too slow. Mm-hmm. It's far too slow. You can't have 70% of the league playing 5 at the back and all this shit and slow-ass games. These teams are not prepared. They're going out there and they think they have that kind of time. And you get run over by, it really doesn't matter who you're playing. And that's why we keep getting this list that's developing on losses that we suffer. What do you got? Like Lyon, Porto, Villarreal, like the list goes on and on. Sevilla, etc.
PSV.
Stuttgart. In their like last season, whatever. It's because they're just the blueprint's out, man. The tempo's there, the press is there, it's faster, they close down space, and we're just used to slow ass football in Italy. The slowest rate of play of any of the top 5 leagues. By far. That's a big part of it for me, man, is how they play there. And this whole tactical thing. Jesus, man. It's not just the rate of play. It's the fact that you can play that way and succeed. For the guys out there that believe that you could do it with tactics, of course you can do it with tactics. But then the second part of the issue comes into play. The Italian side's quality is down versus the other sides because of the money. Because of the lack of revenue, because the league is faltering. Usually star players, they're not coming. It's harder for us to get that star power. Star power is drastically down in Serie A. And it's going down. It's not getting better. It's not getting better. So you have all that. If you want to play the tactical game, guess what has to be up? The quality of your roster. Yep. Otherwise, you got to work your ass off and you got to run hard and you got to match that tempo. If you're trying to do the tactical shit with the lack of quality, you're fucking yourself up. That's my 2 cents anyways. Do you guys agree? What do you think is attributing to this just Italian downfall in European play?
How much time do we have?
Not much. We're ready to wrap up pretty quick here.
I mean, for me, I was talking to a friend yesterday who's he's more of a Prem follower. He watches Serie A here and there, but like he agreed with me in saying that like just the infrastructure from this, like just everything about Italian football has declined. And we were trying to find like a moment where it started and what like the key issues are, but we both came down to the agreement that it just comes down to the infrastructure at the core. You know, like there's people that watch our game, like there's like neutrals that watch our league and they're like, what is this nonsense? Because from the stadiums to the fans to the controversial calls to the shit quality of the like everything is at an absolute minimum and no one's doing anything about it. So to me, it starts at the top with our president and just stems down to the rest of the organization.
Yeah. Mas, what do you think?
Listen, I'd love to say it's a talent thing. But some of the teams that we've gone out against in the last 4 to 5 years, Al, like you said, is they weren't better than us in terms of roster. In saying that, though, you look at Inter yesterday, and Inter had no excuse to lose to Bodo on paper, right? Inter's got a good enough team in terms of depth to be able to go at least to, final 8, I would think. But No, I think it's more just the way the game is played in Italy versus it not translating to the European stage. Speed is a main part. We're not fast in Italy, like you said. Majority of the league is playing a low block, and then you go into Europe and expect that you're going to be able to flip the switch and be able to keep up with these teams. It's not going to happen. But to Luca's point, we need more time to discuss this because it's a larger issue from top down. It's not just one specific thing; it's a whole dumpster fire, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not getting any better. But I mean, holy smokes, these teams they're just working their ass off, and it's just like the talent doesn't even matter when you get outworked. So it's like this, just a culmination of so many things. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. For us, I mean, it's kind of easy and clear. And for the other sides, I don't really personally give a shit, to be quite honest. But if I'm looking at a Juve standpoint, the one thing that can't fade with these guys is the work rate and the effort. And they have to be sharp and they have to be smarter. But we've had errors happening all over the place. We know our squad is thin and we've had far too much turnover. And that's why I'm at the point now where I'm going to give these guys this summer to kind of like get their shit together and like work together and find some harmony and try to build something. And this constant change is only going to get us to the same spots we've always been. It's always square one, square one, square one, square one. Guess what? Square one might not be what you expected. It doesn't mean that the next step won't be good.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, you have to take some of the good signs that you're getting and build off those. Spalletti gave you three months of football with one lineup that was really good football that we didn't think was possible in that time frame. He did it. So, all of a sudden, to just cut it off because 1 month of a very intense schedule when you have no depth gets to you, well, is it that surprising? Probably not. Let's see. Let's see what they can do. You guys, for today, fight. Go out, create havoc, make some noise. 2 goals in the first half is not out of the question for Juve. Anything can happen. My God. To the football gods, may Di Gregorio be able to stop a beach ball today. Okay? Federico Gatti, may the remnants of his brain that left when he was getting his hair worked on return into his scalp, okay? Let's get that going. Yıldız, time to cook. Chico, fuck, brother.
Get a shot on net.
Let's go. David, find some goals. Guys, there is still something to gain today. You might still be going out, but there is still a lot on the table. Pride, show some fight, show some heart, and carry it into Serie A, all right? But you just never know. Get me 2 goals. Get me at 2-0, and then let's see. Guys, fantastic live today. Had a lot of fun. Army, you guys are the best. Drop a like. Subscribe to the channel. Good luck in the kick giveaways. Tomorrow morning, post-match podcast. All right? And maybe, will we be talking about magic or misery? We'll see. No matter what, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Galatasaray, te e vaffanculo. Let's go, baby.